Tennis coaches, what if I could share with you a way in which you can develop the serve that will not only make your first serve percentage go up, but also make the number of points won on your first serve increase as well? Well, stick around, and in this video, I'm going to share with you one of my most successful techniques in developing the serve. Generally speaking, most tennis coaches get their players to practice a serve in a very isolated position. They get the player back to the baseline, get the basket of balls, and let the player hit lots of serves into an empty service box. The idea of this very old and outdated way is to develop the technique of the serve first. If we get the movement and the technique down correct when we put it into a pressured situation like a tennis match, we will just automatically remember how to do it. Muscle memory. False. Muscle memory does not exist. It's a myth. What we have to remember is the serve is not a repeatable action. No two serves are ever the same. Various conditions such as the score, the weather, your opponent, but also personal things like fatigue have a huge impact on your serve. Tennis players don't need a serve. They need multiple ways in which to serve. Why? Because we're not robotic AI units just yet, Elon Musk. We are human beings. Our body does not like repetition. So instead of repeating the same boring action over and over again, what I like to do is something called differential learning. Differential learning forces your body to find slight adaptations in the movement. This will make your serve, one, more efficient, but also more effective as well. This is why we see an increase in first serve percentage, but also first serve points won. So here's an example of differential learning. As you can see from the clip on the screen, my player has a number of tennis balls dotted around the court. The player themselves have placed the balls down in very specific positions for themselves. On the far side, you can see a good looking tennis coach, aka me. My job is to try and return the ball. You will also notice that the player has marked out an area of the court in which they're going to look to explore. In this case, my player was trying to work on their serve out wide. The practice is relatively simple. The player makes their way around the court, picks up a ball, and they have to attempt to serve the ball into the zone marked out wide. My job is just to try and return the ball as naturally as possible so the player can see the impact it has on me. Because the tennis balls are placed around in different areas, the player has to adapt various things, such as their ball toss. The closer they are to the net, the lower the ball toss will be. The further back they are from the net, the higher the ball toss is generally going to be. And once again, the closer to the net the player is, the more they're going to strike it down compared to pushing the ball up when they're further away. You may also notice that because the tennis balls are spread out, some are cross court, some are down the line, the player is going to have to adapt their movement solutions as well. This type of practice develops a more versatile and adaptable serve. So when my player goes out and the conditions are ever changing, you know, like a tennis match, my player has the confidence but also the skill to constantly adapt on the go. So tennis coaches, don't just train the serve in a boring way. Add some spice to your sessions. Add an element of differential learning. Not only will the players find this more fun and more engaging, but they are adapting real skills that they can use in real time. If you'd like to learn more about differential learning, ecological dynamics, or the constraint-led approach, check out my website, mytenniscoaching.com. I'll leave a link down below. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel, watch the video on the screen now, and stop serving in isolation and add some spice to your lessons.